You're wasting money on fuel injector cleaners that don't work. Worse, some are actively damaging your engine right now. Americans dump over $500 million annually into bottles promising cleaner injectors and better performance. But independent chemical analysis reveals a disturbing truth. Roughly 70% of these products contain nothing more than rebranded kerosene or cheap alcohol with fancy labels and inflated prices. And it gets worse. The wrong cleaner doesn't just fail to work. It can break loose carbon chunks that destroy your catalytic converter, attack fuel system seals, and leave you with a repair bill that makes that $12 bottle look like the most expensive mistake you've ever made. Today, I'm calling out 7 injector cleaner frauds by name and revealing the only 3 products that contain the chemistry to actually work. Plus, I'll show you a $20 test that proves whether your injectors are truly clean or you just threw money down the drain. Let's get into it. The chemistry truth. Why your cleaner probably does nothing. Before I name the failures, you need to understand one chemical compound that separates real cleaners from expensive placebos. Polyethyramine. 3 letters that matter more than any brand name, marketing promise, or celebrity endorsement. PEA. Here's why this matters. Carbon deposits don't form in your fuel tank where it's cool and liquid. They bake onto injector tips, intake valves, and combustion chambers where temperatures exceed 400 degrees Fahrenheit. At those temperatures, most chemicals break down instantly or evaporate before doing anything useful. PEA is the only detergent compound that remains chemically stable and active at combustion chamber temperatures. Independent testing published in SAE technical papers confirms this. If your bottle doesn't contain meaningful PEA concentration, you're not buying a cleaner. You're buying overpriced solvent. And here's the brutal truth about solvents. They can wet carbon deposits, make them look temporarily different, but they cannot break the molecular bonds holding that carbon together. It's identical to spraying hot water on a greasy pan and expecting the grease to disappear. The pan gets wet. It might even look better for 30 seconds. But the grease remains stuck exactly where it was. That's what's happening inside your engine every time you use a cleaner without PEA. Now let's expose the pretenders. Number 7. Store brand generic garbage. Walk into any gas station or discount auto parts store, and you'll find house brand fuel injector cleaners for $3 to $5. Bright packaging, bold claims, zero actual cleaning power. The fastest way to identify these frauds? Open the bottle and smell it. If it smells like lamp oil, charcoal lighter fluid, or reminds you of camping fuel, congratulations, that's exactly what you bought. Chemical analysis of these products shows they're 95% mineral spirits or light kerosene with added dye and fragrance to make them look legitimate. There's no PEA, no detergent chemistry, no active ingredient capable of touching baked carbon deposits at combustion temperatures. So why do these products even exist? Because they provide mild fuel system lubrication that can make your engine sound slightly smoother for a few miles. That temporary sound change tricks buyers into thinking the cleaner worked. But here's reality. Injector spray patterns remain completely unchanged. Carbon deposits stay exactly where they were. Combustion efficiency shows zero improvement. You just paid 1,000% markup for kerosene while convincing yourself you performed maintenance. It's automotive theater, not chemistry. Number 6. Seafoam, the vintage tool in modern engines. Seafoam has cult status in car culture, and honestly, it deserves respect in the right applications. For stabilizing fuel in storage, preventing varnish in small engines, or cleaning carburetors from the 1970s and 1980s, Seafoam works beautifully. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, vintage motorcycles, it's fantastic there. But modern fuel-injected engines operate in a completely different universe. Today's injectors spray fuel at pressures exceeding 2,000 psi through holes measured in microns. The deposits choking these systems aren't surface gunk you can rinse away. They're carbon layers baked on at extreme temperatures, bonded at molecular level. Seafoam is predominantly pale oil and naphtha. That chemistry makes it a solvent, not a detergent. It can dissolve light varnish and carry away loose contamination, but it fundamentally cannot break down the high-temperature carbon deposits that actually restrict flow and kill performance. In practical terms, using seafoam in a 2020 vehicle might give you marginally cleaner fuel lines and slight moisture control, but it will not restore injector spray patterns, remove intake valve deposits, or improve combustion efficiency in any measurable way. It's not that seafoam is bad, it's that it was designed for problems that don't exist in modern engines. Using it today is like bringing a butter knife to a gunfight. Wrong tool, wrong era, wrong chemistry. Number 5. Marvel Mystery Oil, the misunderstood lubricant. Marvel Mystery Oil generates fierce loyalty from people who swear it fixes everything. But chemical composition tells a different story. MMO is an upper cylinder lubricant, not a fuel system cleaner. Its actual purpose is protecting fuel pump internals, softening rubber seals, and reducing friction in valve train components. In those applications, it's genuinely effective. But dissolving carbon? That's not what it was designed to do. Marvel Mystery Oil cannot and will not break down baked deposits on injector tips, intake valves, or piston crowns. Using MMO. Expecting injector cleaning is like moisturizing dirty hands and expecting the dirt to disappear. Sure, your hands feel smoother and look shinier, but the underlying dirt, the actual contamination restricting fuel flow, remains completely untouched. This creates dangerous false confidence. Drivers pour in MMO, feel a placebo smoothness, and assume their injectors are clean while carbon continues choking performance. Meanwhile, fuel economy suffers, misfires continue, and rough idle persists because the actual problem was never addressed. If your goal is lubrication, MMO works great. If your goal is cleaning, you're wasting time and money. Number 4. Cataclean, the catalytic converter. Russian roulette. Cataclean uses extremely aggressive solvents, primarily acetone and xylene, to temporarily clear emissions codes before inspection. And yes, sometimes it works for that narrow purpose, which is why mechanics recommend it as a last resort Hail Mary. But here's the dangerous part nobody explains. These harsh solvents don't gently dissolve carbon into microscopic particles that burn away harmlessly. They shock carbon loose, in large brittle chunks. Those chunks don't disappear. They travel downstream directly into your oxygen sensors and your $1,500 catalytic converter. Sometimes you get lucky and the chunks burn off or pass through. Sometimes they clog the CAT substrate, kill oxygen sensor response, and create a repair bill 10 times worse than the problem you started with. Cataclean is emergency room medicine, not preventive care. It's a high-stakes gamble where success means you barely avoided disaster and failure means you just destroyed expensive emissions components trying to save $50. Number 3. Ethanol-based fuel dryers, the redundant scam. Any product marketed as removing water from your fuel system is almost pure isopropyl alcohol. And here's what the manufacturers don't tell you. If you're running E10 or E15 gasoline, which covers virtually every pump in America, your fuel already contains 10 to 15% ethanol. Ethanol is hygroscopic, meaning it naturally absorbs and suspends water in fuel. Unless you're dealing with catastrophic water contamination like a flooded tank, there is literally nothing for these products to remove. You're paying to add more alcohol to fuel that already contains excess alcohol, calling it maintenance, and wondering why nothing improved. But it gets worse. Extra alcohol leans out the air-fuel mixture because alcohol contains significantly less energy per unit than gasoline. Your engine computer compensates by adding fuel and raising combustion temperatures, increasing thermal stress on pistons, valves, and exhaust components. Over time, excess alcohol also dries out rubber fuel lines, injector O-rings, and fuel pump seals, especially in vehicles not designed for high ethanol exposure. You're literally paying money to accelerate wear while solving a problem that didn't exist. Number 2. Abro products, the diesel fuel trap. Abro additives are common in certain overseas markets, but in modern gasoline engines they're legitimately dangerous. Many Abro fuel system products are formulated with number 2 gas oil, which is essentially diesel fuel. And diesel behaves fundamentally differently than gasoline. Diesel has lower volatility, burns slower, and requires compression ignition. Gasoline engines are engineered for rapid, controlled flame propagation with spark ignition. When diesel-based additives enter a high-revving gasoline engine, combustion becomes erratic and unstable. That instability manifests as pre-ignition events, detonation knock, incomplete combustion, and dangerously elevated exhaust gas temperatures. These effects are catastrophic in modern high-compression, direct injection, and turbocharged engines where knock margins are razor-thin and tolerances are measured in thousandths of an inch. That aggressive feeling some people mistake for power? That's combustion chaos, not cleaning. Abro products are chemically incompatible with gasoline injection systems, period. Number 1. Acetone. Heavy quick fix products, the fuel system assassin. This category represents the most dangerous cleaners on the market. Any product advertising instant cleaning, aggressive solvents, or deep system flush without clearly listing PEA concentration is almost certainly acetone heavy. And while acetone absolutely can dissolve carbon rapidly, it also attacks plastic, composite materials, and polymer seals at molecular level. Modern fuel systems are full of these materials. Your fuel pump contains plastic impellers, composite housings, and precision seals. Acetone degrades these components progressively over time. The danger is the damage happens slowly and invisibly. You don't feel it immediately. 2 weeks later, you start experiencing low fuel pressure, extended cranking, hard starts, and fuel starvation under load. Eventually, the pump fails completely. By then, you're not dealing with a bad additive anymore. You're dealing with a dead fuel pump, a tow truck, and a repair bill exceeding $500. All because you bought a bottle promising a shortcut. The winners: 3 cleaners that actually contain real chemistry. After cutting through marketing lies and chemical fraud, only 3 products consistently deliver legitimate cleaning through verified PEA chemistry. Number 3. Chevron Techron. Concentrate plus the trusted standard. Techron is the industry benchmark, and the reasons are documented and verifiable. It's specifically recommended by name and owner's manuals from BMW, General Motors, Honda, and Toyota. That level of manufacturer endorsement doesn't happen by accident. First, Techron contains high-concentration polyethyramine that survives combustion chamber temperatures and chemically breaks carbon molecular bonds. Second, the carrier fluid is safe for oxygen sensors, catalytic converters, and all fuel system materials. Unlike acetone in bombs or kerosene fillers, Techron won't damage anything while it cleans. Let's be realistic about expectations. If your injectors are severely restricted, Techron won't fix everything in one tank. But with consistent preventive use, it maintains precise spray patterns, prevents carbon accumulation before it starts, and keeps combustion efficiency stable. Think of it like quality dish soap for your engine. It won't remove years of baked-on crud instantly, but it prevents buildup and keeps everything flowing properly. For routine maintenance every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, Techron delivers reliable, safe, proven cleaning at reasonable cost. Number 2. BG44K, the professional-grade solution. BG44K isn't consumer-grade. Feel-good additive. This is what professional mechanics reach for when injectors are already compromised enough to trigger misfire codes or cause noticeable drivability problems. The PEA concentration in BG44K far exceeds anything on retail shelves, allowing it to tackle carbon buildup that regular products can't touch. Why does that matter? Because some engines aren't slightly dirty, they're restricted enough that performance suffers measurably. Most over-the-counter products are too weak to address that level of contamination. BG44K isn't. It penetrates deeper, works more aggressively, and can literally restore injector function before replacement becomes necessary. Yes, it costs $25 to $30 per can, but consider this. 1 can of BG44K can prevent a fuel system service costing hundreds or injector replacement costing over $1,000. Used correctly, BG44K restores high-pressure spray patterns, removes combustion chamber carbon, and brings back lost performance and efficiency. It's medical-grade treatment for fuel systems. When infection has taken hold, this is the antibiotic that actually works. Number 1. Redline SI1, complete fuel system. Cleaner, the ultimate solution. Redline SI1 represents the highest PEA concentration available without professional licensing, 30 to 50%. That's exponentially higher than standard shelf products, and that concentration enables SI1 to accomplish something extraordinary. It doesn't just clean injectors, it chemically restores your entire fuel and combustion system. SI1 removes carbon from injector tips, cleans intake valve backs on port injection engines, dissolves piston crown deposits, reduces engine octane requirement by removing hot spots, and improves throttle response throughout the power band. This isn't feel-good maintenance. This is surgical-level restoration using legitimate chemistry. Redline SI1 works in modern engines including direct injection and turbocharged applications where deposits critically affect performance. When used according to instructions, SI1 can restore full injector flow, open restricted intake paths, and eliminate carbon deposits interfering with combustion efficiency and timing. It's powerful, safe, and backed by published chemistry, not marketing fiction. If you want maximum measurable improvement from a fuel system cleaner, Redline SI1 delivers results you can actually feel and verify. Proof, not placebo, the $20 test. Don't take my word. Don't trust how it feels. Measure it. Buy a $20 Bluetooth OBD2 scanner and monitor one specific number: long-term fuel trim, abbreviated LTFT. Here's what it means. When injectors are clogged, they can't deliver enough fuel, so the engine computer compensates by adding extra. That compensation shows as a positive percentage, often plus 10 to plus 15% or higher. After running a full tank treated with Redline SI1 or BG44K, check LTFT again. If the cleaner actually worked, that number moves back towards 0%. That's objective proof. No placebo effect, no wishful thinking, just data directly from your engine computer, showing whether carbon was actually removed or you just wasted money. Stop buying snake oil sold in shiny bottles. Start buying actual chemistry. If this breakdown saved you from wasting money or prevented damage, hit that subscribe button for more no-nonsense automotive truth. Drop a comment telling me which brand you'll never buy again after watching this. I want to hear your stories. I'll see you in the next one.